I'm just putting the finishing touches to that annoying Samsung, which has taken months to get the picture back, but we're going to test it today. Hello, and thank you for supporting the channel. Now, if this channel entertains or educates, or if you just like its content, please consider buying the channel a cup of coffee. You can do this through the YouTube Supers, or just by popping along to this email address on PayPal and making a donation. And once again, thank you very much for supporting the TV repair community. It helps make all these videos possible. Please note this channel is for YouTube only. If you see this content on TikTok or any other platform, please report it and let us know. Let me just promise one thing first. The last video I did connected to this took so long because it took me about 8 or 9 hours to do, and so the video was an hour long. I promised that this particular video, which should see it up and running, even though I'm still worried about the screen, I'm going to edit it down to absolutely nothing, so it should only last 2.5 minutes, maybe 20. But before I start, I just want to show this. Now, I am not endorsing Amazon in any way whatsoever, but for any of my fellow YouTubers out there, and I'm sure everyone's seen these microphones before, I'll just take the one that I'm using off and show you. These are the microphones, little DJI things. When I first started buying these, they cost £89 for the microphone. So the microphone is called a transmitter. But if you've got a camera unit that is a Bluetooth thing, then yeah, you don't need a receiver. But Amazon are currently doing these. There we go. Bing. I can do it on the big camera. Big camera. So Amazon currently doing those for £23. That's incredible. So and this one that I've got in my hand here is exactly the same as the one I'm using. So I just thought I'd show that. I don't know how they can do it for 23 quid, blimey. And so I snapped one up for a spare. This is technically part 4 of this video, and normally YouTubers say, go and watch the others. Well, in my opinion, don't. It just goes on for too long. Basically, there were corrosions in the tracks that lead from this part of the backlights to the actual backlights themselves. Nothing I can do about that. This whole board is covered in corrosion. The power supply was completely corroded. We put a new power supply in. We couldn't get the backlights working. So what I've decided to do, because I blew up the chip inside here that is for the LED lights, because the amount of times I shorted out and did some testing, and I just couldn't be bothered to get another board. The board is perfectly working to bring the TV on and give a picture, even though I'm not too sure what the picture's like because the screen has got some dodgy bits on it, but we'll come to that later. But what I did is I've wired up, crudely at the moment, an LED converter, or an LED driver, I should say. So that will switch on the backlights. I'll just give you a brief test of what you want about, mate. What are you talking about? So let me just connect this up. So we've got 3 channels of lights, which is 6 wires. The 6 wires go into this LED driver. They don't go in series, which normally you do with an LED driver. For this, I'm putting them in parallel mode. It gets the most out of this driver. If I needed to go in series, I would need to use 3 drivers. So parallel is best for this. And now when I switch on, all up and running again, just using a different driver. These are the drivers that you can find on eBay. I bought loads of them a couple of years ago. I bought them for about £6 or £7 each. I think they're about £10 each now, but they do help you in a crisis if you've got them in stock. Obviously, it may be cheaper because I think these power supplies are. Now, I bought these drivers a couple of years ago. I've had quite a few in stock, and I got them for about £6 each. Maybe less than that, I can't remember. But they're still on eBay, but I think they're about £10 each now. Output, I've got the lowest here. I'm probably going to stick a higher one in this just to make the backlights a little bit brighter. But this one is only 36 to 83 volts. Well, each strip is only 72 volts each. And again, this is why you can't put this in series, because it wouldn't have enough power. But it's fine. It can handle the current, because there's not much current in backlights, as you possibly know. But I still may get a more powerful one. I can lift the backlights a little bit more if I want to. The only thing when doing this, of course, the backlights won't be adjustable. The backlights are just going to be on. I'm going to wire it in with a relay. I'm not going to bore you with that, but I shall wire in a relay in the board to switch the backlights on and off when the television goes on and off. But the backlights will always remain the same brightness, but you still be able to adjust the brightness, la-di-da-di-da, etc. This was a customer's TV, but I don't know if I mentioned this. He brought it in a couple of months ago, and I've been trying to get hold of him, and it's just doing nothing. He's not answering and not replying, so I think he's gone out and bought himself a new TV in the sales and thought, ooh, I'm not spending money on this. So this is probably something I'm going to end up for myself. But anyway, that's by the by. What I want to do now what I desperately want to do now is tidy up the wiring and put the TV back together. Actually, I'm not going to tidy up the wiring. I'll wait until a better LED driver comes along. I'll just put some tape on that for now. So, yeah, let's put this back together. Hurrah! It's just feels like it's been ages. And then the most important thing, I want to see if the screen's cracked, because it really looked like it was cracked. It doesn't look like it's cracked in front of me, but anyway, these are the things that I want to do. Now, of course, one of the amazing parts of this TV and the unanswered questions is what on earth had happened to this screen, because the camera's in a world of its own. I can only guess that a nest of bugs bred underneath the screen and on top of here, but there's nothing else that can get to the screen. That's something that I will never understand. But at the moment, it's got to be cleaned off. So one large cleaning roll. My foam cleanser, I tested a little bit over there and it worked really well. So I'm just going to do a light covering. Rip a bit of this off. And again, you have to be really careful when cleaning a screen, because I've known people crack a screen just by cleaning it. So, but this is not the side of the screen you view, this is the underneath. So how it got there, I don't know. It's a mystery, as we say. But I'm going to clean it and let it dry. It comes off really easy, whatever that stuff was, so I can only guess it is bug muck. which goes to prove Samsung all those bits of tape, all those bits of masking tape that you stuck under the backlights to stop bugs getting in, didn't work. Well, on this one anyway. Most bizarre. Just to prove that the lines you're seeing are on the top, not the bottom. I cleaned the bottom, but I haven't cleaned the top yet. Ah, that's what it was. I could see like a line. I thought it was a crack in the video. It really looked like a crack yesterday, but it's the reflection of the two TV screens. It's a bit obvious on this angle, but the angle I had the camera yesterday, it got me and a few people in the comments worried. Anyway. Just going to change something, because even though this LED driver is powering all the LEDs, it is running really hot. It's struggling, and I don't want to cause a problem. So until a more powerful one arrives, as you can see, I'm just going to run the bottom set here. Now, the finished product. I promise you I haven't tested it. I've wired it in. I've screwed the back on. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, because at the moment... well, yesterday I'd got this vision that the screen was cracked. I now know it wasn't the screen, it was the divider in these two monitors here. But we've got no idea. Don't forget, we've had this TV in for a month, well, probably 2 months now. Not being able to sort out the issue. Obviously, it's had a new power supply. It's got the original main board. It's got new backlights. I don't want to knock the camera over. Actually, let me move this camera over here. I do believe this is a 4K TV. You know what I'm like? I do know what's 4K and what's not 4K. Sounding like Shakespeare here. But this should replicate that screen okay. Never brilliantly. This cable's a bit dodgy. Let's get a mains feed to it. Let's stand it up. Right, just to let you know, before I put the back on, I noticed that the inverter that I've just put in was running really hot, and it's not really powerful enough to run all three. So at the moment, just to make sure that everything's okay, I've wired it up so only the bottom set of backlights are working. I only have to take the back off when the new inverter board arrives and wire the others back in, but it was running too hot, so I'm just running a couple of strips. So the picture at the top is going to be dark for now, but I just want to see. I haven't seen the screen yet. That's that scratch we were looking at yesterday. It's quite deep, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. So anyway, Let me switch the lights out and switch on the TV that has bugged me for the last X amount of months. There we go. And the screen is all right. That is fine. Good work. You can see how bright it is at the bottom, but the middle and top section not working until I connect them back up. But there'll be a very even brightness, and I will do a video when the other one arrives, because I need to stock up with those inverters. If you're wondering what these lines are, whoever had this TV last was just running it in 4x3 mode for some particular reason. So if I just switch it to, I don't know, let's stick it on HDMI 1, they will go, and we'll get what we want to see. So I am pretty pleased about that, if I'm being honest. The picture is bright enough, in fact more than bright than I need it to be, and it's been a pain in the backside to do. I spent all those hours on it yesterday, but when the new inverter arrives I will show you the full picture. I've got no idea what's happening to this television. It's obvious that the owner doesn't want it now. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't give it to him because I class it all as a bit of a botch. I only like to repair things original and give it back to a customer. But I've got a funny feeling that he's bought something in the Black Friday sales and has disappeared off the end of a cliff. So, pain in the backside, but the end result was worth it. And I'm just going to wait for that other part to come. But I just thought I'd show it to you working. Thank you very much. Goodbye.